After the conviction of the human traffickers a few weeks ago, today was D-Day in a case that has gripped the world. I've been covering this case from day one, and now 465 days later, here we are. Today, Judge Erasmus began by stating that leave to appeal can be lodged as stipulated within the judgment ruling, but he did caution the defense advocates to review what their clients had been convicted of before taking those next steps. He began by speaking to the social problems of the area Joshlin grew up in, the failure of main stakeholders like social development, for example, and the ultimate impact the combination of these factors has had on the community. Prior to handing down his decision, Judge Erasmus stated that he had to act in the interest of the community as well as in the interest of fairness. He commended all who had assisted in this process, as well as Errol Peterson's report and presentation. First up was Apollos. Whilst Judge Erasmus stated that his past legal encounters would not be taken into account, he referenced the worrying nature of his attitude as well as his lack of remorse and concern for Joshlin, especially given the fact that he was a father to his own children as well as a father figure to her. Van Ryn was up next, with Judge Erasmus mentioning Peterson's description of him as a menace to society. After referencing his upbringing, he delved into his attitude during the trial and his attitude towards Joshlin Smith. He stated how Van Ryn demonstrated an evident lack of remorse. Last up was Kelly. Judge Erasmus spoke to her manipulative nature, her lack of accountability, lack of remorse, and the lack of concern that had begun long prior to the offense. Whilst taking into account that she was a mother, highly debatable in my eyes personally, along with the others, he found zero mitigating circumstances in any of their cases. And then of course it was on to the moment we've all been waiting for. All of the sentences were identical and thus read at once.
On the human trafficking charge, you are sentenced to life imprisonment. On the kidnapping charge, you are sentenced to 10 years imprisonment.
Due to a life sentence being imposed, the sentences will be served concurrently. And for those who are not aware, a life sentence in South Africa means 25 years of incarceration. Judge Erasmus has been phenomenal from start to finish, and in a case that has had so many eyes on it internationally, I'm glad he was the one tasked with that responsibility. With the judgment having been made, what are your feelings on the sentences that have been imposed? Regardless though, the question still remains. 465 days later, where in the world is Joshlin Smith?